Hello and welcome to Email Insights with Andzen. I'm Jason, this is Simon,
Hey.
Matt,
Hey.
and Brendan.
Yo.
Today we wanted to talk a little bit about lifecycle marketing. So if you're a client of ours or if you've seen us at any events recently, you'll have heard us talking a lot about lifecycle marketing and about what it means to us. So today we thought we would do our video on what that really means and get to the crux of what we're talking about when we say lifecycle marketing, because one of the things that we've discovered as we've been working with our clients, particularly over the last 12 to 18 months, is that a lot of the people that come to our clients' websites aren't ready to take an action. So the big question for us at the moment is, what do we do with all that traffic, all those people that are visiting our clients' pages, maybe spending a minute to 2 minutes looking at products, but not actually making a purchase. So, Simon, what does this sort of mean to you, or what are you finding that clients are talking about the most?
Yeah, I guess if I think back to the conversations that I've had with our clients and potential clients over the last 12 to 18 months, it really has been a case of well, initially, how can we do email better? And that's often a case of or let's not necessarily just send one email out to everyone. It's about personalising the journey. It's about focusing on not just your past customers, but new people, like you said, who are coming to the site and not making that transaction right away. It's more than anything, it's an education piece where we're trying to get our clients to understand that there's just this huge portion of people who are in that research phase. So how do we tap into that psychology of research and buying to get people signing up, giving their email address, completing that soft conversion, so that we can then nurture them into being a customer over time.
Yeah, exactly. I have a lot of experience in this type of thing. You can see the traffic on the website, and these days tools and data that we collect gives us so much insight into what people are actually doing on the website. But now we're really looking at the question of, what do we do with that?
Exactly, and lifecycle marketing is really about taking this huge opportunity, which is when you look at the data, even if you're a top quartile percentage performing e-commerce website, you're going to be converting 4 to 5% of most of your traffic into a buyer.
Yeah, at best.
Yeah, absolutely, at best. That's like top performer. So about 95% of people that visit your website are not going to be ready to buy just yet. That's where all the opportunity is right now. That's the huge area that you've got where you can take your marketing and really start to transform things, because these people are already initially interested in you. It's now with Lifecycle, it's about how do you take that, harness that, and actually embellish that relationship so that you take that person from a stranger into a friend of your brand into, okay, when they're ready to buy, you're right there, positioned in exactly the right place. And then ultimately, where Lifecycle marketing really wins is then taking that person who's made a purchase, getting them to make another purchase, and eventually become a brand advocate, so they start to get you more customers for free as well. That's really what it's all about.
And increasing that lifetime value per customer and across the board, rather than just single transactions.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about not just nurturing the community that exists, but when you bring new people in, having those people that have been around for a while, making sure that as brand advocates, they have all the avenues that they need to be able to talk about their experiences with their friends and help bring other people into the brand. Because ultimately, all of these online brands now have communities online. And it's very, very important now as a brand to engage with your community and give them value, which isn't necessarily always in a product, and the value might not necessarily always be a discount. But how you create those experiences with your customers that really turn them into advocates.
Yeah, and it's taking things to the next level where obviously as a marketer it's tempting sometimes to focus on the easy wins and focus on the big numbers. So you focus on just driving sales, and that's where you look at and evaluate all of your marketing is in what's the short term return on this. Whereas lifecycle marketing takes a much longer view of things. You are looking at the lifetime value of a customer. You're looking at that whole cycle from initial interest all the way through, rather than just focusing on did this particular advert or email campaign return sales at this particular point. Now you look at a much more holistic view of things.
And much more kind to, I guess, a SaaS software business model as well. You're looking for that recurring return revenue, not just the transactions.
Yeah.
So that term, customer lifetime value, that Matt mentioned and Brendan mentioned as well, is really central to this. What we're really looking at here is how much can we get one customer to spend with your business in their entire lifetime. And I think the measure of a really successful retail or e-commerce or any business really is the ability to attract customers back time and time again. And if you're doing that successfully, then you have a successful business.
Exactly.
So what are the things that we can put in place as marketers to make that happen? And that's really to be effective in that. You've got to have the tools in place to have data coming in from various different places, because it's never just a one-dimensional situation. You've got CRM data, you've got e-commerce data. In some cases, you've got point-of-sale data as well. So the only way we can really have that holistic view of the customer is if we integrate all those tools into one place. So that's where we're trying to really add value at the moment. And
with an intelligent product life cycle, so the referrals and the recommendations for additional products are on point with what the customer would expect, increases the spend for that lifetime value, whilst in the other way, horizontally expanding out the time that someone is a customer. So the lifetime value goes up in orders of magnitude.
I think we finally reached the point where the technology exists in such a state that this is much more openly accessible to organisations as well. And now really it's a case of it's more strategic and tactical challenges as well, in that how do you take this technology and how do you best apply that to your particular situation? And that's really what we're focusing on, because that's where we see the core opportunity is for our customers now.
And everything has an API now. And that's the beauty of the landscape that we operate in. Everything can plug into everything else, so it's having the smarts, like you say, around how to do that well.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Well, that's our recap of lifecycle marketing. We'd love to hear from you and your thoughts. If you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, please feel free to leave a comment with any questions or get in touch. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.